I don't even know if I'm going to use any cards today because a message is coming through really strong for someone who has been feeling weary, almost depressed, sad, and very disturbed, especially related to what's going on in the world right now. And so um, I've been meditating all this morning. I woke up at 3 a.m. And if you're seeing the numbers recently, 333 a lot, then this message is especially for you. So, what is coming up for me now is a collective of individuals who are light workers, but who are very disturbed with what's going on in the world. And you normally like to be happy and optimistic, and you prefer the light side of life. But recent events and just the state of the world right now is in a place where it's really hard to even feel genuine about that anything good could be happening. I'm also getting that you are a spiritual athlete, that you have been working on yourself and have been wanting to bring light into the world in all the ways that you can, but it feels like no matter what you're doing, you're just being defeated and you're isolated. And you're kind of, I think people to some degree, whether it's your children, whether it's friends, your community, look to you to be like a source of constant light. And it's been really hard for you to feel that. You have this soul fatigue, essentially. You're beyond sad for the world. So if this is resonating with the collective and how you've been feeling, then this message is for you. The tale as old as time is light versus dark, and it's nothing new. In Taoism, if you know the yin yang symbol, always on the dark side, there's a little bit of light, and always on the right side, there's a little bit of dark. And it's about balance. And right now, collectively in the world, we're seeing kind of like the exposure of just like so much darkness, where that darkness has always existed. It's just there's now a new light on it. And it's really disturbing. This actually goes much deeper, and it's embedded in everything, in all institutions, in governments, in our money system, in everything. This darkness is in there somewhere, and it's being exposed right now. Light is actually just awareness. It's really about truth and deception. It is the battle as tale as old as time. Light versus dark. So dark is about control. It's about dominance. It's about exploitation and abuse and power, and taking things from people, subjugating people. And that darkness can exist in institutions, it can exist in governments, it can exist in a relationship, in a marriage. It doesn't matter what costume it has on, but that is the creed of the dark side, you could say. It's power over, it's subjugation. So the counterpart of light, I know a lot of religious traditions talk about like let your light shine, and at least for me, that phrase has meant let your light show in this just pleasantness and agreeableness and just be happy. And that is what your light is. No, that is not the meaning of light. Life is authenticity. Light and life is about authenticity. It's about sovereignty. It's about telling the truth. It's about shining light, revealing what you are and what everything around you is. That is the light side. So when it's shadow, control, and power over is one side, and then the other side is sovereignty, it's truth telling, it's freedom. Freedom to be yourself and let others be themselves. It's joy. And it's actually coherence of yourself. It really is about going internal and overcoming your own inner demons, your own shadow side, and understanding that. So when you do that, you build coherence in your field. You bring coherence in your field, which allows like a clear, clean frequency to emit from you. And I really recommend looking up David Hawkins. You can Google him if you don't have time to read his book. It's Power versus Force. Sometimes the names, I don't. There's one graph in there and you can find it online. So I encourage you to find it online. So go look it up. David Hawkins, Power versus Force. Okay. And you're looking for the graph. Okay. Because it'll explain everything that I'm coming from and maybe more. So basically, one person vibrating at the frequency of truth, which let's just say truth, and then we can go to love, but most people don't even know what love is. So I'm not even going to try to say love because we don't even know what that means. The average person thinks attachment and codependence is love. So let's just go with truth because that's a very high vibrating frequency. And if we give it a number, it would be 400. Most people are operating under 200. So 200 is the frequency of courage. Under that is lower frequency states, which is fear, which that is what the dark actually, it siphons energy from us in a fear state. It actually gets fuel. It feeds off of those lower vibrating states because we emit so much energy when we have emotions. So when we're in that lower fear state, our potential power is so small, but our frequency that we feed the dark side is actually so intense. So it's like food. It's food for the dark side. So your shadow side is actually learning how to overcome your own codependency, your own fear, your own entrapment, your own ways where you give up your voice and you're not authentic. That is your shadow side. Your shadow side, probably 9 times out of 10, if you're tuning into my channel, is not about you trying to overtake other people. No, your shadow side is letting people do that to you and silence your voice. That is your shadow side, most likely, if you're tuning into this. So you're operating in guilt and shame and fear and codependence, like attachment to feel safe, when you're operating in those lower frequencies. And then, a lot of times people are actually vibrating at that lower frequency, but they put on the costume of love and light and I'm happy. And no, that's fake. That's not real. Or you can bounce to that state temporarily, but you don't actually embody it. And so how you actually change your frequency state, and this is why it's important, you guys. This is why it's important, because one person vibrating in the frequency of truth, like in the 400 range, go look at David Hawkins' graph, okay? One person counteracts the energetic output of 750,000 people operating underneath a frequency of 200. So I know this doesn't make sense. Maybe it's making sense to some of you, but our greatest power as light beings is to keep working on our own coherent state internally. Work through your own attachments, your own fears, your own codependencies, and you will have a clearer and crisper and cleaner field, and that will allow your frequency to radiate out, and that's how we change. That's how we flip the scales again. That's how we keep revealing the dark side and allowing and waking other people up, because the more people that are having that internal energetic coherence in their own energy field, that's how we shift the planet. It's not tit for tat. It's not left versus right. It's not this and that. Like, that's staying in fear and fighting. And yes, it's wrong. And we want to speak up when we have that opportunity to, but we're not going to solve the problem at the same level at which it was created. We have to rise above it in the field of frequency. And the people on the dark side that really understand this, they know. They use sorcery, they use the dark magic. They make it sound stupid to everyone else, but the people that are actually masterminds running this at some level are using this. They're just using it against you. So you need to wake up. You need to learn how to master and understand your own energy world right here. Start with your own self and your relationships. Where are you keeping yourself small? Where are you still letting your control be given, or your inner authority, your sovereignty being given away? That's where you start. If you're upset about all these things in the world, all of it, just go pick a headline. If you are upset, then do what you can do to shift the frequency of the planet and start looking at home in your own life, in your own energy field. Where are you sabotaging yourself? Where are you not being coherent and true and authentic? Where are you blinding yourself because you want safety and you're afraid to be brave? Like, you don't have to tackle all of your problems all at once. Maybe it means for some women, because I deal with a lot of couples, I'm a couples therapist, and I'm also a high priestess. So I'm very in the spiritual realm. I have a doctor of energy medicine, and I'm also a couples therapist. So I see this dynamic for the majority of women, and I live in Utah, very, a state that a lot of women are very subjugated here. And so it might start. So if you want to make a difference in the world, start with your marriage. Let's start there. Your relationship. Get a bank account. Like, I don't know where you are in this, because it's gonna spread. There's a huge spectrum of women in different places in this. And so you need to figure out, where am I sacrificing myself and my truth and my authenticity? And you start small. It's one little step. Okay, you guys, that needed to come through. The action every single time. Okay, there's something else. Every single time that you are upset with what you're seeing, what you're reading in the news, take that energy, take that anger, instead of letting yourself be basically a machine for the dark forces to suck your energy, to suck all your negative thinking, where you actually still remain like a little bug on the floor, just really mad, but not being able to do anything. Stop that, okay? If you really give a shit, if you really care about the world, take that anger, take that righteous indignation, and make a step forward so you are in more alignment with your truth and your life. That's where you have to start. It's really easy to have opinions about all these things out there, but when your life is not representing what you actually really respect and what you want, then that's where you need to focus your energy. That's what you need, where you need to focus your energy. Stop giving your energy away to all these fear-mongering tactics. And it's actually true. Like, these things are happening. A lot of them are true. I don't know. But I guess the dark stuff that's out there is true. So it's absolutely happening. And 10 times more, 100 times more. But then what are we going to do about it? Are you going to be the little bug that's like, oh, panicking, and then meanwhile they're feeding off your energy? You're using your powerful life force to feed the side that you don't even want to feed. So stop that and move it into a direct action. Get off your phone, get off your computer, go for a walk. I know it doesn't sound that great. How is going for a walk going to counterbalance or counteract all this shit that's going on in the world? Well, guess what? If you're going on a mindful walk, you're bringing coherence to your energy field in the present moment. And the present moment is where you have the power. It is not by ruminating. It is not by getting lost in the news articles. It's by taking not hugely amazing actions. It's meditating. It's turning off your phone and just being bored, maybe. Being like sitting with your own anxiety and breathing through it. That's how you're going to make your field more coherent, and that is actually how you're going to make a difference in the world. I love you, my light workers. I love you so much, but listen to Auntie. Listen to me right now. I also want to leave you with, I decided not to use the cards because there would be a distraction from the message that's coming through really strong. But there was one message, and it was actually, so another plug, David Hawkins is one. The other plug that I want to give is Willow Tree. Or Willow Soul, sorry, it's Willow Soul. And if you see numbers a lot, this is the website that has the most accurate that I've found meaning of numbers. So when you're in the beginning and you see synchronicities, you might not know what the numbers mean, and you can, if you just do a quick Google search, you're gonna get like whoever paid the most for marketing. I don't really. So just do your number search. If you see like 222 or you see 1111, and then add to it willow soul. I always think willow tree because I love trees, willow trees, but it's willow soul. So this is the message of 333 because I literally have seen this like so many times, and so this is why this message is coming through really strong. But the first message is, I'm just going to read part of it. So I'm going to move through it pretty fast. But ascended masters are guiding you to move forward. So you are meant to move, not just stay like a little bug on its back, like with his legs flailing. You're meant to move. Your ascended masters are telling you it's time to do something different. And then the second message is, use your natural abilities and express your creativity. What does creativity have to do with fighting the demons and the evil in the world? Well, guess what? It has everything to do with it, because you're vibrating at a high frequency when you are immersing yourself in relaxation, in pleasure, in creativity, in building something, in walking, in presence. You're actually changing your frequency. And that is the only thing that can counteract. It's not the only thing, but that is the thing. That is the counterpart. You know, people talk about adrenochrome and all these dark things. Yes, but that's where they get their fuel, because they can't generate it. They have to suck it from other people. But you, my divine souls, my divine feminines and masculines, divine people out there, you can generate it from within, and that is your power, and that's what they don't want you to know. So using your creativity, using your passions, playing puts you in a frequency where you can get downloads, where you can get creative ideas and inspiration, where you have the idea of what you need to do next in your life. When you're in a fear state, that is not flowing. Not because you're forsaken, and because you're not at that vibrational level where you can actually feel it. So when you have play, when you are creating, you are opening that up. Okay, so I'm getting off on a tangent. Okay, have courage. The third meaning, have courage to express your soul's truth. And the last message is, transform your life into play. I know that's counterintuitive. I know, like, how can we even have the audacity to play when the world is literally falling apart? But let me just read this. What does 333 mean spiritually? This is the last one, okay? It is time to take time to nourish your soul by living your human life in a fun and playful way. As a spiritual reminder, play is an important part of your human experience. You remember that you were created in human form with the spiritual DNA of the one creator, and you are holding the divine flame of the creator within you. With this deep knowing that you are a human expression of the creator, you start to realize that there is no division between being spiritual and being human. When you are living as a human, you are being truly spiritual. And because being human is spiritual, being playful is a spiritual activity. So as number 333 guides your way, you start to remember that playfulness is the fun part of your life. When you play, you relax. In relaxation, whether it is resting, daydreaming, or enjoying your favorite hobby, your mind naturally connects to the divine force of the one creator. When you are in a relaxed state and still aware of your surroundings, your mind is more open to ideas. Your creative imagination is heightened. Your spiritual connection to the divine is stronger, and you are better able to receive inspiration and divine guidance from the Creator. And the more deeply you relax, the better you can hear the Creator within you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got chills. I'm getting chills. Actually, they're still going and going and going. Whew. With this divine guidance, the meaning of 333 is to give yourself permission to fully enjoy the things that make you truly happy, to be alive in this moment right now. Fun activities are spiritually enriching because they stimulate your soul to create more fun in your human existence. Having fun encourages you to break free from your regular routine so you can create a more happy life full of laughter with the people around you. Just remember, in life, your serious ego believes that you are an isolated and separate physical person, but your naturally happy soul knows that you are an individual part of the great creator. So when you laugh and you have fun, your ego naturally falls away for that moment and your soul awakens. More tingles. This is where play and spirituality merge as one. Hence, playing is one of the ways to help you enter a spiritual state of truly enjoying life in the present moment. With this understanding of truly enjoying the present moment, you begin to realize that the meaning of 333 is to accept the flow of life. In this way, you learn how to let go of control and allow things to happen instead of forcing things to happen. It is a spiritual activity to help you remember that you are going to be okay no matter what circumstances come your way. When you allow the universe to take over, you trust the Creator to show you a better way to other solutions on your path. And when you see 333 repeatedly, it is a divine sign that you are being assured that you are safe and protected and everything is well on your path. Just as a child finds strength and security in the mother, you too can find the same strength and security when you trust and have faith in the divine Creator. More body chills. For my soul orphans out there, that you understand what I mean when you feel you are a soul orphan, you feel very isolated. This is for you. You are not isolated. We all exist. We are just kind of purposely put in different places so we all feel a little isolated out there. But you are not isolated. There are so many of us that are doing the work, that are building that coherence in our field, and you can never forget that. Even if you look around in your world and you feel all alone and you feel like you're the crazy one, you have to know that we are there with you. We're just in our own battlefield, so to speak. We're in our own place, but we are all connected by the grid, by the Mother Earth of life. And so you can tap into the collective strength of that because we are all, there are so many of us. Just in Taoism, everything in the universe is balanced. If you're seeing the expression of this much darkness, that means that there is a rising of light, that more and more people are waking up and more people are awakening to the divine inside of them. They're understanding that we have always had the power within us. It's not somewhere else. It's in us. And there is a collective awakening. People are knowing that. And that's why the dark side is very, Extinction Burst. It's fighting, it's clawing. It doesn't want people to wake up anymore. But it's too late. We are waking up. And so keep doing it. Just remember that we are here with you. Even if you have to find your people online or somewhere else, there's a whole collective of people that are just like you. And we just take it back to one step at a time. How do I keep moving forward in my life? Whether it's planting a garden, whether it's drinking more water, whether it's going on more walks, whether it's meditating, just take the next step. And that is continually refining your field. And you will have that coherent field. And that is how you raise your frequency. And that is how we change the planet as Lightworkers. So I love you so much. If this found you and you're here with me till the end, please like, share, and subscribe. You are part of a growing movement. And I'm happy and so honored to be a part of it with you. So until I see you next time, stay wild, stay sovereign, and stay untamed.